Hello my friends, welcome to Brown Strings. I'm Henriette and today is day 16 of the Virtual Violin Practice Playalong. Today we're going to really be pushing our improvisation forward and we're going to explore the keys of D major and A major and how these two can relate to one another. We're starting this lesson as always with a general exercise and some bowing exercise and some left hand exercises, and then we'll get going and push our improvisation forwards. So let's get all your things together and let's get started. We'll start by tuning up our violins. Here is your A. And E. And D. And let's tune your violin in double stops now. Lovely. So we're going to start without our violin or our bow. So just put both of them down, please. And we are going to lift our elbows up so that they're level with our shoulders. And now I want you to raise your shoulders and put them back down again. So let's do the same thing. Lift your shoulders and down. And feel how that works for you. Up, down, and we gradually want you to become more aware of where your shoulders are. So let's raise them again as high up as you can and then drop them down. And now this time let's drop your elbows down and raise your elbows. And I'm hoping that you can feel your shoulder blades part in your back. So imagine when you lift your elbows up, your shoulder blades go to the side and then you drop them down. And now we've done this exercise before, as you probably remember, and now we're going a step further. What I'd like you to do is raise your elbows sideways and now set your shoulders in their lowest position. So as it were, your shoulder blades do that, and then we're dropping them down like that. So sideways and then down. So let's do that. Lift your elbows up. So imagine your shoulder blades do that. Make sure your shoulders are in their lowest position, and now pretend you pull those shoulder blades down. So in your back you're pulling your shoulder blades down like that. There. And now let's lift your shoulders up again. Okay? Drop your shoulders into their lowest position and now pull on your shoulder blades so that they go down. Now for some people that might be totally incomprehensible. That's totally fine if that's you. But other people might now start to feel, actually I can move my shoulder blades and put them in their lowest position. And this is what we're going to be using when you're a little bit further advanced, how we're going to get the volume from your violin. So you want to play, once you're a little bit more advanced, you'll hopefully go out and play in concerts sometimes. And you might occasionally play in some bigger spaces, and that's when you want to create more volume. So in other words, play louder on your violin. And how we get that louder playing is that we are playing with a lot more weight of your bow into the string. And that's not because we're pushing the bow into the string, but because we're hanging off it with our back muscles. So let's do this one more time, shall we, to see if we can get you to feel that. So raise your elbows up to the side. Now lift your shoulders up, and this is just to make you aware where your shoulders are. So up and place them down. And now drop your elbows down and see if you can pull those shoulder blades down in your back. Let's do it one more time. Elbows to the side. Now my shoulders are low. Okay, lift your shoulders up, drop them down. Now pull your elbows down and pull your shoulder blades down into your back. So my shoulder blades, I imagine they are doing this sideways when you lift your elbows up. Then they go up when you lift your shoulder blades, when you lift your shoulders up. And then when I put my shoulders down, my shoulder blades come back into their normal position. And now when I push my elbows down, my shoulder blades go even further down. There we go. Now we'll come back to this at a later stage as well. So if you didn't quite feel it today, that's totally fine. But you may begin to feel something, and that is where we want to go to. So today may be your day, and it may be at a later stage, and that is okay. So let's get your violin and your bow now. You may remember we did this aeroplane exercise, and we're doing that again today. So I'm going to fly up in the air with my aeroplane, and I'm coming down on the D string. And this time when you come down on the D string, see if you can get that shoulder blade into its lowest position, like that. And now you pull your bow and you fly up in the air again. Bring your bow to the string, set it, drop your shoulder, your elbow, and pretend you're pulling your shoulder blade down, and increase the speed, remember? Come down, sit it on the string, drop your shoulder, your elbow. Now pull that shoulder blade on the right hand side of your back into the string and create some more speed. There we are, that's good. Into the string, drop it all down. Pull your shoulder blade down deeper into the string, and now go with a lot of speed. Shall we do it one more time? Sit it on the string, drop it all down, pull that shoulder blade into the string, and wow, that's good. So be careful that if your bow goes this way, you're still moving your arm to the side too much. So you want to see if you can keep your arm stretching forward. See, this way, my bow stays parallel to the bridge. Okay, let's do this exercise one more time. So we all get a super straight bow. Let's bow into the D string. Drop your shoulder, your elbow. Now pull your shoulder blade and straighten your arm. And wow, that's it. That's what it is. Very good. Okay, now for our left hand exercise, we have practiced our trills, and there is one string that we haven't practiced, and that is the G string. So we're doing that today. That is perhaps a little bit more challenging than playing the trills on the E string, because your elbow comes further under the violin here. So we're first going to play an open G string and a first finger trill, and we're playing it like this. Good. Okay. So remember, if you can't play so many notes on one bow, that's perfectly fine. You just do free bowing as you like it, as your bow comes. But what we all want to work on is pretending you've got a little rubber band that pulls your finger up, and then you let it spring back. So your finger comes from a very great height and it slams into the string. Are we ready? 1 and 2 and... now we're playing the second finger close to the first finger. Here we go again. 1, 2. And perhaps you've just heard this rattling. Can you hear that? And that's because I lift my finger up really high, so it comes from a great height and it springs back into the string, so you get a good tap on the fingerboard. Now we're playing an A and then a B, so there is a wide space between my first and second fingers. Ready? And super. Now you may remember also that trills like this tend to want to become smaller, so you start off trilling here and then gradually, if you're not careful, the second finger comes closer to the first finger. So in order to try and avoid that, you might really work on keeping that space really nice and wide. Let's play A to B once again, shall we? 1, 2. Good. Next up is a trill between the second finger and the third finger, which is close. So the second finger is called B, the third finger is called C. Here we go. 1, 2. Good. Now we're playing B to C sharp, so a wide gap, and super. Now this one is hard work for most people. We're playing the same one more time, and now I want you to make sure that you're not slapping your finger flat on the string like this, but you stay on your fingertip. Let's try that, shall we? B to C sharp, and good stuff. Now we're going to go to C with our third finger, there, and we're playing a low fourth finger. 1, 2. Good. And our last one is a gap between 3 and 4, so our notes that we're playing are C and D. And lovely stuff. Okay, we're playing a D major scale today, and we're going to play every note twice with long bows. And I want you to really stretch that bow arm forward. So get that floaty feeling in your bow as you play. And we want you to play with a lot of weight into the string and then raising the bow slightly at either end. So we're lightening it up slightly, but in the middle of your bow stroke you have a nice section where you really bow into the string. A D major scale. We're playing every note twice with long bows. 1 and notice a difference now, that your bow arm is more relaxed and that you get much more volume from your playing. So you have perhaps also noticed that now you don't need to think about the notes of the D major scale at all anymore. You can fully focus on how you bow each of the notes, and that is a lovely place to be in, because that is how you improve your tone quality the whole time. So next is the A major arpeggio, and yes, that is right, we've played a D major scale and now we're going to play an A major arpeggio. And we're going to play the A major arpeggio. It starts on the open A string, and we're just playing that one octave from the A string to the E string. Okay, try to look for your intense bowing again. 1, 2, 3. That was lovely. Why are we playing a D scale and an A arpeggio now? We're going to explore these two and how they combine in our improvisations. So there is one very crucial note, which is the C sharp, which appears in both of the scales, doesn't it? The C sharp is the note before the D, so it can always lead us back to a D major scale or arpeggio, to the key of D major, and we're just going to explore that a little bit. And the C sharp also, of course, appears in the A major scale, and there it is the third note. So I want you to really become aware of where our C sharps are this time. So let's do a copycat practice again today. So I'll play you something, can you play it after me? And we're just going to explore that C sharp a little bit more. Very well done. I've tried to make my examples in such a way so that you can start to feel how the C sharp automatically will want to lead us to the D. And we're going to just do that once more. So I want you to listen out where the C sharps are and how they invite you to next play a D. Yes, there you go. Let's try another one, shall we? Well done, very good. So we're just getting a feel of how the notes in the scale are having a function within that scale. And that is what we explore a little bit today. So let me play you another one. Oh, well done. You're getting so good at this. We're doing one more, our very last one today. Let me think of one. Well done. Well done. Super progress today. So that leads us into day 17, when we will be exploring this relationship between notes in one key, in the key of D major, and another key, the key of A major. How do notes relate to one another a little bit more? So well done for following me today. I'm very pleased that you're here in day 16, and I look forward to seeing you in day 17. But before that time, I'm hoping that you get your own music out now and you practice your very best today on your normal music that your teacher has set you. So good luck with that, and I very much look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Goodbye.